Hey everybody. I just been thinking, when I tell you these people, these things are jumping, they jumping. I should make my hair look like white diamond. That'd be hilarious as fuck. Yeah. But anyways, um this series, I'm covering it up. Did I write it down? Well, I might have to look at the video. But I saved a few videos, y'all, to the KD Blast list and to the for me to watch later. So I added the videos that we're going to go over this diabolical oppression, depression. This is going to be a series. And it's pretty much everything that we have been talking about. And it's like really crazy because it absolutely loops back to last year. I want to say the beginning of the year. So between February, March, and April, and May. February, March, April, and May. So let me make a note of dates. February, March, April of 2024. Just so happened to be April. 2024. We're in 5 right now, going into 6. My videos, my YouTube, YOUTUB. Whew. Hopefully I can save my own life. I swear to God. Hopefully I can. So, anyways. My YouTube videos from 2024, beginning of the year, possibly January, February, March, April, but pretty much all of my videos to now, and it has to do with seizures as well, the diabolic oppression, depression. So I could not find any videos on diabolic oppression, depression. I couldn't find any videos. So what I did was instead I just broke down each word and wrote down the definitions of each word on top of what I had already wrote down from what Google gave me, the definition of the whole diabolic depression. Hello, hey you guys. Thank you for tapping in. Hi. Let me turn the light up so I can see, because I'm always got the light low, so I try not to damage my eyes, as much as possible. I'm gonna be getting some new glasses soon. Yay! I still got my old glasses, but I want more than one pair. And then my other pair is a little bit scratched up. How y'all doing anyways? I hope y'all are doing all right wherever you at. Getting through whatever you need to get through. Take those deep breaths, save those lives, save your lives. It's a necessary thing. And also, I want to mention there has been a typhoon in Alaska. And for anybody that can, spread the information, they're not getting help. FEMA has been defunded truck, and for anybody that can go out there and help or help spread the word and awareness of this tragedy that has happened out in Alaska of the typhoon, anybody can go help or spread the word, please do so. Unfortunately, I couldn't imagine being out there. Whew, Jesus, fix it. What is that? Oh, that's a little These little headphones and a microphone. That's what's up. Timmy Official and L Furson. L Furson. Sorry if I did not pronounce that right, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. So, this topic on medical. Wait, it's not medical. It's diabolic oppression, depression. Is going to be a series. I want to say 4 series, and I got my phone somehow, some way. It started charging out of nowhere because I opened it up on the last little bit of charge to get some information out of there, praying to God that it did not completely die. And it started charging. I just said, let me try it. And I did. And it started charging. So I ain't touched it. So hopefully it'll charge up. And I don't want to press my luck with that phone. I'm going to get it fixed, but I don't want to spend the money right now. I got other stuff I'm trying to invest in and get that ready and straighten out the way. So, anyways, other than that, thank you guys for the like, share, subscribes. Thank you guys. What's up, Marina? Hey. So, other than that, because there's a video I want y'all to listen to that has to do with the diabolic oppression, depression, which, y'all, this is like a demon that needs to go to purgatory. It needs to go to purgatory. It needs to get the heck up out of here. And we need to be aware of it in order to get rid of it, okay? Hey, y'all. This is something that everybody is suffering from, ultimately. And even on the other spectrum, if they think they're better than us or whatever, they have more money than us, then, they are a part of the entity. And they're still suffering because they're not being accountable for the oppression that they're causing to other people is the issue. So they're not breaking their generational curses, ultimately. So this thing can be vanquished. But guess what? We don't need their permission. We can do it on our own. You're strong enough. What is this live? It's about, what's up, Roger? It's about diabolic oppression, depression. Y'all need to Google it, do your research, because we are going to go over it a little bit today. And the next day, the day after that, more than likely, 9 times out of 10. Yeah. So, let's get started. And what's crazy is, at the end of this, when it had to do with the neurons firing off in our brain, right? It's saying that a part of depression treatment, remember when it's not funny. I'm not laughing. I'm just like, it's fucking sad to me. Like, tisk, shaking my head. That shit ain't funny, and that it was never cool for people to do that, right? So, when they used to do shock therapy, the neurons in your brain is saying for very major depression, people that will not react to, like, they don't get the treatment from the medication, it doesn't help them. So shock therapy was the most, like, very harsh treatment that they would use. So they're saying that, and it will pretty much, it says it will make the seizures, like, no, the depression, it'll make the depression like subside. But it has to do with like vitamin D, COX-2 inhibitors, and it's saying, of course, lifestyle is a help to this depression, whether it be depression or major depression. But this will cause anybody fucking depression or major depression. A lot of people go around happy and they think they're happy, and till they realize all of this is going on and how to really treat and heal themselves out of the illusion, pretty much. They're suffering as well, just like, ignorance is bliss. So, let me see, works with shock treatment, simulating seizures. So the shock treatment ultimately stimulates the seizures for the brain, and it shoots off more electrical neurons, like more activity in the brain. Why would that be a thing? To stimulate more shock to the brain, because what they have already shut down in your body, it's like, oh, that's perfect. Okay, so they say a lot of us are getting like zoo syndrome, and it's not funny, it's fucked up really. Let me write this down. Zoo syndrome is pretty much a creature is not really in it, it's in a fake habitat. You get it? It's in a fake habitat. So as long as we're in this simulation of not in our natural energy, not in our natural habitat, and things are so blown out of proportion, and we're very much so unhappy, right? But we try to do things to depression from the illusion that we have been put in, ultimately. So people in depression, zoo, I forgot what they call it, but I just came across that video. But it's like a zoo symptom of like what animals get being depressed in a fake environment, taken out of their natural habitat. And this is why people fought for, the killer whales, Free Willy, and stuff like that, to be taken out of those habitats, because they would get depressed, and then, some people got unalived. And it was like, I can imagine though the orcas and the killer whales and dolphins being able to read their minds, because they're hella telepathic, and they're like, oh, we're just gonna keep doing this for money, or whatever. I don't feel bad. I'm not gonna fight for them to get free. This is my job. This is my money, and that's why your ass got unalived, unfortunately. You know, or they was just, some of them probably had empathy for them and didn't unalive them, which we had some of those cases, but in some cases that wasn't the case. And a lot of these animals have been subjected to unnatural habitats, taken out of their habitats. Well, like Mother Nature has been saying, pay attention to Mother Nature, pay attention to the animals, pay attention to you. They are a reflection of you. What happens to them happens to you. And it's not just, oh, only bad people get locked up. Animals get locked up too, and they're not bad. They have nature. They have a natural way of being and thinking and moving and being, just like we do. That's why we're considered the most dumbest ones here. Like, for real, we pay rent. We, where everything is fucking free, for real. But when an animal reacts naturally in its own habitat, it's unalive. That's all. That's why I always said, like, during this awakening and me realizing everything and how it was. That's why I always said, I said, shit, I'd rather live out in nature, because at least if I'm out in nature and I get attacked by a bear, wolf, whatever, I'm gonna know why it's attacking me. With humans, humans are fucking unpredictable. Humans can be very irate. Humans can be very impulsive. And why the fuck are there so many children being unalive right now? There's people, and they're all children, no matter if they're adults or not. There's so many fucking people being unalive right now. I'm seeing, I want to get emotional. Damn it. There are so many people getting unalive right now. So many children. And I'm fighting for my children. Hi. What's up? There's so many children being alive, and I'm fighting for my children right now, and I don't fucking understand that shit. That shit pisses me off. I don't understand it, but like I said, people taking out of their natural habitat, out of their natural vibration, it leads to things like that. And unfortunately, that is the case. And until we, recognize it, fight for it, at at a at a if I can't pronounce it, I really won't even try because look at how some of my hair is straight. It is not curly, or it's just like curly at the ends. I was looking at that yesterday. I said that is weird. Some of my hair is straight. Adita, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Hello, thank you for dropping in. Like, share, subscribe. But yeah, I'm fighting for mine right now, and I'm just like, um, I already explained. I was at that point at one time. And I was just like, damn, like, is this what my children are gonna have to live through? But it's not like that. These things can change. It's just, you know, timeline jumping is a hard thing when it comes down to. That's why a lot of people they just give up. Timeline jumping, healing, and breaking generational curses, and all these things are very heavy. It's not easy. I'm not gonna say that it's easy because shit, my mom she was on drugs, and she got set up by her people, and her people trying to fucking set me up in this lifetime on top of fucking a whole groups of other people. I'm like, god damn. But I didn't give up. Like, it's hard, it's frustrating, and then when nobody believes you or when they try to say you're crazy, yeah, it hurts. But please don't give up. I'm a prime example. I'm a living testimony. I'm here within my skin in other places as well. And it's unfortunate. I actually just had a dream too, a very fucking gross dream. I had a dream that somebody had a baby and they took something like poo in a napkin and shoved it down the baby's throat. And this is graphic, sorry, trigger warning. I totally forgot. And the baby just kind of like started puking, and it was coming out all the holes of the baby's face that it could possibly come out of. And I was like, what the fuck? And I woke up. And I've had a headache all fucking day. Um, to wake up with shit on my timeline close resembling, to the mistreatment of children. And it's crazy. But let me see. So depression. No, diabolic. We're gonna start off with diabolic. The definition of this whole topic. Okay. Diabolic. And why is it diabolic? And we use this word so willy nilly because I use this word too. And the definition, it sickens me that this definition is the definition in which the term in which it means. Showing the common in what or weaknesses typical of a devil. So the likeness of or the weakness is typical of a devil. So things that are demonic, things that evil people will do. Oh shit. That's what I was saying. I said I do not thank God my heart is the way that it is because if I was just to hold on to everything that happened to me, I would just not be a good person. Devil symptom. It says example, the cold calculation in diabolic art of some statements. What you say can be very diabolic. And okay, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Your meaning, what you do, what your intentions are. This is why we talk about spirituality is what your intentions are. I could take a song and I see it a totally different way until like I see the video, or I think of it as a totally different way until I see the video, and I'm like, damn, I don't even look at it that way. So my intentions for when I sing the song could be totally different from the person that made it or how somebody else sees it. That's why I say it's so important to break down the perspectives of other people so you can connect the dots, so you will be actually intellectual and a problem solver more than just fixated on one way of being, because it's actually demonic and definitely mirroring numbers 2112. Right. Mirroring energy, Gemini, communication. Yeah. So I just had to take a deep breath. It's your intentions. Your intentions are very much so important. So just be intentful with and knowledgeable in what these words mean and break them down, because what you speak, you are speaking into your own life. And like we know in spirituality, this is spiritualogical, what they do and how they use these words and these other symbolisms and these other things like Christmas, these pagan holidays, and what they really did and who they actually sacrificed. Like, she crazy. Um, so the synonym: devilish, diabolical. I said lemon and stick is to unfortunate events, and it's to really be like that. Okay, extremely evil or cruel. Ex- expressive of cruelty or befitting hell. Demonic, diabolical, fiendish, hellish, infernal. Hmm. That just made me think of something. Damn, I just got hot. Infernal. Infernal. Hellish. You can create your own hell. Um, and ultimately, unfortunately, a lot of people have created people. Oh fuck, they created people. Yeah, and created hell for a lot of people, and people in hell. Oppression. Wait, yeah, oppression. Let me put the date on here. What the heck is today's date? Give me a second, y'all. Okay, let's see. 10/16/25. Today's date. So, oppression, the act of subjecting by damn, I wrote those words, those letters too close together. The start in the beginning of kept kept down by unjust use of force or authority, a feeling of being oppressed. Pretty much what's happening now. Uh, and I fucking said that. Timelines is timeline, meaning what they saying happened back then is actually happening now. Oh man, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, so example. The trans operation of the people. After years of oppression, they finally revolted. After years of oppression, they finally revolted. Now, some are revolting for their own means and purposes. Now, and the others are revolting because nobody should be really oppressed. Everything should be just for everyone. And honestly, we really wouldn't have no fucking crazy people if the system is a failed system. Honestly, and that's what I've realized. But yet again, people have freedom of choice. It said okay. Next, ugh, depression example, major depression disorder. Medicine. Oh, okay. So this YouTube, that's the video I want us to watch. Is RH? Is it RH? RHESUS Medicine YouTube channel. Lifestyle, psycho, the lifestyle. What? So pretty much, there's a way of dealing with it, and it's saying like talking to people and the way of expression, going to talk to a counselor. But it's kind of hard to talk to a counselor, especially if they don't understand the spirituality to the logical of the physical earth, right? If they don't believe in angels and demons and God, and if they don't believe in which who you say you are, and especially if you know who you are, um, they can really try to say you crazy. They tried it with me. It ain't work. So okay, so we just went over the definitions. Now let's go back to the whole thing, right? I was gonna say, what the hell? Diabolic oppression, depression is a term used in religious or theological context to describe a form or spiritual attack that manifests as a feeling of heaviness. Mind you, somebody was feeling of a heaviness today or yesterday in a live. I'm gonna keep that name out of here, but it's crazy how that really, and it's saying how this was actually a demonic attack, a feeling of being attacked by a demonic spirit that actually is like the oppression is tied to asthma, long-term generational curses. A spiritual attack that manifests as a feeling of heaviness. Balance and depression. reference to an external